It's not the civil magistrate's job, the government's job to regulate or restrict our worship. And so we're freely coming together, peaceful citizens, to worship Christ because he is worthy. In terms of what that means now, I don't really know. The government has obviously turned up the heat on churches, trying to discourage them from gathering together. I think they don't understand that Christians are committed to follow the Lord Jesus Christ regardless of the consequences.
That's different.
Injustice! Injustice!
Does he need his wallet or should I?
He can,
They let me keep it.
No, I wasn't going to do it.
Adam Soos here for Rebel News with a troubling update. Pastor Tim Stevens of Fairview Baptist Church has been arrested for proceeding with worship today. For those of you not familiar with Pastor Tim Stevens, he's nothing like Pastor Artur Pawlowski. He's a quiet, reserved man who is simply leading his congregation in worship. He didn't make this a large political deal. He wasn't an outspoken opponent to the authorities. He simply wanted to proceed with worship. Well, in Alberta, in this day and age, apparently that is not to be tolerated. So he was cornered today after worship by a large police force, he and his family. I just got off the line with our videographer K2, who was on the scene, and he told me it was the hardest thing he has ever seen. The family of Pastor Tim Stevens was weeping as he was hauled away in cuffs like some common criminal. This is a devastating and heartbreaking development. That is 3 pastors arrested in Alberta. Absolutely unbelievable.
I'm not going to handcuff you. Out of respect, I'll place you in the back here. The anything in your pockets in your pants? Okay, do you mind if I just pat you down the place? More than that. Do you have any questions about what's going on? Okay, I'm not aware of that, so it's okay, just like
Does he need his wallet or should I?
he can,
They let me keep it.
No, I wasn't going to do it.
My numbers and stuff on it.
We can take his cell phone and he can got access to his phone numbers when he says if he likes.
His phone, I guess.
No, not while he's in. Not while he's in. Please.
Do you have his phone number? Do you want to get phone numbers now?
I have James Kitchen's number. So
If he wants to take his phone, that's absolutely, we can take it with him. All right, sir.
Protect and serve, right?
Turn it around, guys.
Protect and serve, guys.
Pastor Tim's story is devastating. It's unbelievable. It's heart-wrenching that this is taking place in Alberta. And I think, and I hope, that this isn't the beginning of a new trend of pastors being arrested left, right, and center. But if the government has shown anything, has indicated anything, it's that they're just getting started. For now, having spoken with Pastor Tim Stevens last week,
It's not the civil magistrate's job, the government's job to regulate or restrict our worship. And so we're freely coming together, peaceful citizens, to worship Christ because he is worthy. In terms of what that means now, I don't really know. The government has obviously turned up the heat on churches, trying to discourage them from gathering together. I think they don't understand that Christians are committed to follow the Lord Jesus Christ regardless of the consequences.
I'm sure he would humbly ask for your prayers as he and his family struggle through these challenging times. And as for Rebel News, we want him to know that we're going to be there for him, and we're going to continue to tell his story. We'll continue to bring you the story of Pastor Tim Stevens, as well as all of those other individuals who've been fighting for freedom and have been locked up at rebelnews.ca. rebelnews.com. If you want to hear the other side of the story, those stories that mainstream media is simply ignoring, again, go to rebelnews.com and we'll be sure to keep you up to date.